Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I want to take you down to Pocono, where we are for today's race. I'm Subway, filling in for Jersey Mike, here with my co-announcer Jimmy John.
That's right. Thank you, Sub, for having me again. Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle, 3 corners. Animals aren't permitted on the Pocono Raceway parking lot, Fanfare, Midway, and Grandstand, but they can be allowed on leashes inside the campgrounds. And speaking of dogfight, we're going to have one here today at Pocono.
Yeah, and this is a super important race when we're talking about playoff implications. The point standings have been shaken up the past few weeks, with bankruptcy taking the top of those point standings last week, a commanding lead for him going into this week's race at Pocono.
It was a big move for bankruptcy, and all eyes are on the playoffs as we have a new playoff format that was just announced. There's going to be 12 spots available instead of 10, and we're going to do some elimination-style racing to finish off the year, so that makes this race all that much more important. But let's take a look at the point standings. Bankruptcy at the top after that big win last week as we go to Pocono, and let's take a look at the qualifying.
Yeah, Big Chungus qualified in first today in the 22 car with David Mahan in the second, both under Xena Racing. Third place we have Andy Tate, and then we have Clint, Alabama. Charles Norris qualified in fifth with Jay Bumberdick tailing in sixth. Lola Havana, who's had a tough start to the season, qualified in seventh with Mohamed Ghazawi, a strong fighter there, in eighth place. He has yet to win a race. Today might be his day.
And we talked about this last week. I can't help but notice Dingle Jr. once again at the back of the pack. What is going on with him?
Yeah, I think the message that us and all racing fans want to send to Dingle Jr. right now is everybody loses a family member. Get over it. You know, you can't still be in your head about that.
That is exactly right. And that's a great way to bring up that this moment of grief is presented by Wendy's. Where's the beef? As we go to Pocono, the field is lined up, and we are getting set to get this race going. Who do you think is going to win this one?
I don't know. It would be nice to see a newcomer who's really struggling in the point standings, you know, maybe Clint, Alabama or Andy
Shake
Tate.
things up.
Shake things up, really change the dynamic of the season. But with those 2 new playoff spots added, you might not need to win or you're definitely not going to need to win with only 10 races to make playoffs.
Right now, with 12 drivers being allowed in the playoffs instead of 10, that puts the cut line as Fuller is the last one in, Cooper is the first one out. Do you think those spots can change today?
Well, it's funny. Fuller tends to race a little bit dirtier in the sense that he's always putting people into the wall. So you got to think, is he making some enemies in this season? Is he making a narrative for himself as the bad guy? I mean, we all remember he was responsible for the accident that killed Quandale Dingle and multiple accidents in the week after. So it's almost as if he didn't learn. But he's a strong racer. He's a hard racer. He fights hard. And oftentimes he finishes clearly high enough to have him a spot in the playoffs, even without a win.
And you know what solves everything?
Yeah.
Winning. Bankruptcy up 13 spots after that win in Phoenix last week. He's the top of the point standings right now, so a win could change everything for these drivers as they are heading through the corners here at Pocono. That blue Dodge Pinty's pace car leading the field as we are getting set to go racing 3 corners. It's a unique track in NASCAR as they just went through the tunnel turn. That's one of the most difficult corners in NASCAR. It's super light and you're coming off of a fast straightaway, and you got to set yourself up for the higher banked corner of turn 3. I've heard no one can get this place right. You can get 2 corners right, maybe 3, but it's difficult to master this racetrack for sure.
And we'll see if any of them can master it today as they come around the last turn.
As the blue Pinty's pace car is about to take that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. The field is being led by that white car. Who is that?
Big Chungus. That's Big Chungus in the white car. And we are green at Pocono.
Green flag is in the air. Chungus is going to lead them all into turn number 3. Who's going to fan out first, or is he going to be the one to take them down into turn number 1?
And David Mahan running in second after his win at Las Vegas.
Chungus right now under fire from the 75. That's Andy Tate in second as he's going to go for the lead. Oh! There's trouble already. Who's that? That's the 23 car, Lola Havana.
Oh, big crash. And she seems to keep moving. We do have a caution out. They are going to finish this lap as this is 2003 NASCAR rules.
Is it? Is
Yes.
that really?
Yes, so they are going to finish this lap as if nothing has happened.
Here
And
comes the
here
pace
comes
car. Was it just Havana in that? We're gonna have to take a look at a replay. It might have been a single car incident, but there had to be contact
Oh,
there.
absolutely. The cars in the back of the pack probably caught some major flack from that, including Quandale Dingle Jr.
The first caution of the day, presented by Auto Live Airbags. Wow, that was easy. As we take a look at the replay, Havana goes around. Here's another perspective. Havana in that pink car, hey, gets into the wall. That might have been their fault there.
Yeah, that absolutely looks like that was Lola Havana's fault. We'll know for sure here. Absolutely. Oh, Walker Fuller! The accident is at the hands of Walker Fuller once more. Every week, this guy is out to fight in the American Spirits car. My goodness.
Tempers flaring early here at Pocono. We got through one corner, and there's already been chaos as we get set to go back under the green flag, and that is the
Charles
number
Norris.
7, Charles Norris. He had a good fight last weekend in Phoenix, didn't quite get the win, but a solid race, and he's currently leading the field over that number 75 of Andy Tate.
Yeah, this will be interesting seeing them come to green.
Chungus all the way back in 4th also.
Yeah, 5th. He's in 5th place.
5th.
Yeah, he fell off pretty hard after that initial.
Is that bankruptcy up there?
Bankruptcy in 4th place, yeah.
He qualified 10th, so that caution shook everything up as we go back under the American Ethanol green flag as they head back into turn number 1. It is a single file start. There's some action in the back of the pack, but right now it is all Charles Norris out front.
And you see Quandale Dingle Jr. going out wide back there, trying to make some passes, trying to make some moves to make himself a contender in this race.
Bankruptcy going for 3rd, and it looks like he is going to get it. As there's another incident in the back of the pack. As who is that
That's
going
Thomas.
spinning?
That's the number 29 car.
That is the 29
For
car.
Fortuna Racing.
As he goes around.
Wow.
And again, it seems like turn 1 is the issue. It was turn 4 last weekend in Phoenix. Turn 1 is the issue as we get our second 4-wide caution of the day.
Now, I got to ask you.
Let's see. Oh, gets into it. There's a few cars in the back of the pack. Seems to be a dangerous place as we take, here's a better look at it. Who's that Dr. Pepper car?
Glue Man, the number 44.
Glue Man sticks to that back left quarter panel and spins him out.
And I got to say to you, Jimmy, last week I was laying in bed after that race in Phoenix, and I was thinking, what did he mean when he made that glue joke earlier? That one about not being able to put it down, I just did not get it. But I was laying in bed and I got it.
I'll tell you, I love to huff glue. As we are about to go back under green, it's the 75 car that's going to lead the field. And let's take a look at the bottom right of our screen. We've got a car on pit road.
Yeah, now is he doing a pass-through or do you think he's going to pit?
It could be a pass-through as it looks like he might have gone down to pit road. We're going to have to monitor that as we're back under the green flag as the field gets through turn number 1. It's the first time.
It's a miracle. It is a miracle.
We're going to see them attack turn number 2 for the first time in this race as we take a look at Bankruptcy Racing for 4th. The battle is for 2nd, though, as we've got the race leader, the pole sitter, back up in front, going back for the race lead.
Andy Tate just hit the wall a little bit there. Lost some ground. Walker Fuller making a push here.
Big Chungus with a big move in turn 2. Went from 3rd to 1st in one corner as it's Bankruptcy now in 2nd. The number 7 of Charlie Norris back in 3rd.
Wow. Now this race.
He's making a move though, going on the inside of Bankruptcy.
Oh, look at that.
Let's take a look and see what happens. Bankruptcy now under fire. That's the 35 of Walker Fuller getting into it now. But that's allowed Big Chungus to maybe extend his lead a little bit.
Yeah, when there's a battle happening for second place between the 2nd and 3rd place cars, there's definitely going to be some ground for Big Chungus here to take off.
Jockeying for position. They get through turn 2 safe. That's the 2nd lap as Big Chungus gets in 2nd. Bankruptcy's going to fall back as we've got some action deeper in the field. That's Waffle looking to gain some ground in that 00 car.
And how about Dingle Jr. running in 5th right now?
Dingle Jr., could this be the redemption race that he's been looking for?
His father loved Pocono.
He did. He won 1,000 races here, and Dingle Jr. looking to be the 1,001st winner for the family name, as he's currently running in 5th, trying to attack Bankruptcy on the racetrack, getting to his back corner panel. He gets to the inside of Bankruptcy. He's going for 4th.
Oh my goodness. Now, you see Bankruptcy getting caught back here with the line. We got clean air for Quandale Dingle in front of him, but on these straightaways, they're long. You're going to want that draft help. Dingle Jr. doesn't have it. But he's going to get the pass on Bankruptcy, it looks like.
He gets the inside of Bankruptcy. Rupsy hits the wall a little bit. As you can see, he's losing a few spots as the front 4 start to creep away with Dingle Jr. moving his way forward.
And speaking of creeps, we regret to announce to the viewers that Jersey Mike will not be getting any better. He has gone to live on a farm, or so that is what I told his children.
We've got aerial coverage presented by MasterCard. MasterCard, what's your PIN number? As they head into turn number 1, let's take a look at some of the action. It's a little bit single file as we still have that 22 car out in front, but a battle for 2nd is underway.
Yeah, and that's Clint, Alabama right there trying to make the pass.
Where did he come from?
Charles Norris. Well, he qualified in 5th. So that's where he came from, but he has run a good race, and it looks like he's going to take 2nd here.
Thank you, Subway. I don't remember asking, though, as the number 22 car, Big Chungus, still out in front, and Dingle Jr. makes his way to 3rd, and he wants more. He wants 2nd place.
He wants so much more. He wants a double-double with animal-style fries.
That's right, Dingle Jr. He's hungry for 2nd place and for the lead, as he is currently in 3rd, but we've got Big Chungus out in front. 14 out of 20 laps. This race has flown by.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's going for 2nd.
Oh, look, he's looking to make the pass. Can he do it? Can he do it? And he's going to fall back in the line, it looks like.
And that attempt has opened the door once again for Charles Norris. He wants 3rd from Dingle Jr. He does not care that his father passed away in the first race, but he's going to fall in line. We are still single file here as that 22 car continues to lead Clint, Alabama in 2nd, Dingle Jr. in 3rd.
Now, you got to think, if these drivers have any sort of a heart, they're going to let Dingle Jr. win a race, right? I mean, that's what this season's all about. We had a Rip Quandale Dingle Jr., or Quandale Dingle Sr., my fault, graphic, which means they've got to care somewhat.
Clint, Alabama, going for the lead. 15 out of 20 laps here at Pocono, and it is far from over. That one car wants to be in position number 1.
Yeah, that's Clint, Alabama is fighting hard for it, and who did I pick to win this race? One of the new guys.
Here he goes to the inside. It's 2 by 2 racing for the lead. Side by side, it's Clint, Alabama on the inside going down the straightaway. Let's see how they get into turn number 2.
Well, if he gets the inside here in turn number 2, that's going to be good news for him.
And Clint, Alabama, he's going to clear the 22 at Chungus. New leader.
Oh, Chungus hits the wall with Dingle Jr. behind him.
He collects 2 cars. Chungus in the wall, and that's going to hurt Dingle Jr. That's going to allow Charles Norris into 2nd place, and that 75 of Andy Tate in 3rd. A completely different top 3.
Yeah, this is absolutely shaking up the results of this race, and you gotta, if you're Quandale Dingle Jr. right now, you're thinking of what kind of names you're going to call Big Chungus out of this car.
And here comes the 75 to the inside of the 7 of Charles Norris.
Oh my goodness.
Can he get there? It doesn't seem like it this time. So it's going to be Clint, Alabama leading the field once again. And important to note, Bankruptcy in 4th, a little ways back. Can he make up the ground in only 3 or 4 laps?
Yeah, that's going to be tough for him, but if anybody can do it, we know it's Bankruptcy. Ran an incredible race last week. Let's see if he can finish strong here today.
Tate peeks to the inside of Norris, thinks better of it, and slides back in line. As we get a nice aerial view once again, as the cars come around turn number 3, we're getting down to the end of it.
Yeah, we are, and this race has been nothing short of eventful.
We haven't had a whole lot of cautions either.
No, we had some at the very beginning, but nothing really since then. It seems like the drivers figured out that, yes, there is, in fact, a wall there.
And that wall is presented by the Hindenburg. The sky is the limit. As we see that number 1 car still out in front, the 75 racing for 2nd.
And you got to think, if you're Clint, Alabama right now, you love that this battle is happening for 2nd place. So you can just take off, really make up some ground.
We mentioned Bankruptcy a few laps ago. Can he catch them? And he has indeed caught the leaders as he's actually going to go for 3rd there. Bankruptcy, can he get back-to-back wins?
Oh, and into the wall. Oh,
Contact. Contact.
That is not good for anybody, I'll tell you that much, Jimmy.
Norris in the wall after contact from the number 22 car. Bankruptcy goes for second. Does he have enough time to catch the biggest lead we've seen of this race as Clint, Alabama is stretching it? Can Bankruptcy make up the ground and get back-to-back wins in the 4-wide sim league? 19 out of 20. Can he get there?
And it seems like nobody's going to help Bankruptcy here. He's going to have to do it on his own, which is going to be hard.
Bankruptcy's going to clear the 75. All sights forward to Clint, Alabama. Does he have enough time? We've seen Bankruptcy made up a lot of ground in one lap. He's got a lap.
He did, and now he's got this clean air in front of him, but so does Clint, Alabama.
Clint, Alabama has the cleanest of all the airs. But let's see. We are getting down to it as there's more contact.
Yeah.
Norris continues to fall through the field. He's just been unlucky today.
Yeah, and Bankruptcy really is making up this ground on Clint, Alabama. I mean, he's got a fast car today.
Bankruptcy in that blue number 8. Blockbuster car as we are getting down to the final lap. White flag presented by Pepsi. Share a Coke today as who can make up the ground? Who is going to take the checkered flag? Bankruptcy getting close to that number 1 car.
Oh my goodness, I just don't think he's going to have enough. I think if this race was 2 laps longer, Bankruptcy would have it, but it looks like Clint, Alabama's going to take the checkered flag today.
He's got about 4 car lengths to make up and 2 corners to do it. As Clint, Alabama, all sights forward. No looking at the rear view mirror, which is full of Bankruptcy in that blue number 8 car. 1 more corner to go at Pocono.
And wow, Bankruptcy has really made this race interesting, making up a lot of ground here. And a second place finish for him, that's huge after winning last week.
Second place finish would be big, but today it's all about Clint, Alabama. Checkered flag in the 1 car. Finishes in position number 1 at the 3-corner racetrack.
That was, what a race. And what did I say? Clint, Alabama, it had to be one of the new guys to win this race today because they were sitting at the bottom of the point standings. They were back a race for most people. And what a race from them. I mean, both of them.
We talk about what a win can do. Clint, Alabama going into this race, 18th in the point standings out of 19. He wins this race. That is huge playoff implications, and that shakes up a lot for those guys who were on the bubble going into this race.
Yeah, 3rd place for Andy Tate. That's also huge. Now
he was in last place. A huge race for the guys late in points.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And Clint, Alabama, remember, I put a lot of money on him. So maybe my bookie will finally give me my wife back.
That's right. And we are all looking to get our wives back as Clint, Alabama wins this race. Bankruptcy finishes 2nd after winning last week. Tate in 3rd, Bumberdick in 4th, and Fuller in 5th to round out the top 5.
Yeah, and David Mahan and Dingle in 6 and 7, which those two, Dingle is really fighting for his spot in the series.
7th is solid, I feel like, for him.
Yeah, that's a good, considering where he qualified, that's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
Well, folks, that was a fun one today at Pocono. A lot of action, not a whole lot of cautions. We had a few in the beginning, but we're going to have to see how that shakes everything up here in the 4-wide Sim League at Pocono Raceway. That was an exciting one.
That was a good one, and I'm always happy to do it with you. I'll see you again next week because Jersey Mike will not be back.
Jersey Mike will, in fact, not be back, but we will be back for more action. 4-wide Sim League next weekend. Y'all have a good one.
Goodbye.